See if I could get this thing happening. We on here? I guess we are on here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Greg K6EGG live stream. It is November the 11th, 2021. Happy Veterans Day, everybody, especially those for you that have served in our military. I really appreciate your service, and I'm not just saying that. My dad and grandfather included, both were in the United States Navy. So once again, thanks again for joining me here today on this beautiful, if you're in Southern California, Wednesday afternoon. I believe, is it Wednesday? Yeah. No, Thursday. I'm sorry, Thursday. Wow. Messed up on my days already today. So today we're going to be going on Reflector 30 Charlie. Looks like I'm dialed into that right now. I'm going to head over there right now if I can get my screen going here. Wasn't completely set again for live streaming. So here we go.
Repeaters that I can hit. So works out well for me. Well, congratulations on the new radio. I'll let y'all get back. And I was monitoring and over here in my workshop. I thought I'd come tell you about the book. It is written by, let me see, get my glasses back on, Andrew Barong, Z, Lima 3, Delta Whiskey. And it's a very good book, and I recommend it because it goes way beyond the Icom manual. Unless you get the Icom Advanced manual, I recommend that as well. Anyway, guys, y'all take care at 73 and have a great evening and weekend. Kilo, November 4th, Quebec, Juliet, 73.
It's yesterday's chat.
In Georgia, are you? And have you tried to send any pictures yet with your 9700?
Okay, I'm in Walnut Grove. I'm listed on the QRZ as Loganville, Georgia. I'm 30 miles east of Atlanta, 6 miles south of Loganville, but they did away with our post office, but I'm right outside of Walnut Grove. And no, I have not tried to send any pictures. I do have it set up, obviously, for DStar, as well as using our local repeaters on 440 and 2 meter.
All right. Wife and kids live there northeast, I believe, not in Smyrna, but that's close to where they're at there. And the pictures, I'm largely interested in emergency communications, and I see how that could be helpful in sending a visual report of an area. So just curious.
I think you'll thoroughly love the features of the 9700. I've got tapped everything it can do. I had a Kenwood 790 satellite, 2 meter, 440, and what have you, and lightning got to it. And I thought, instead of repairing that and spending money on a 30-year-old radio, I would buy the 9700, and I do not regret it one bit. Anyway, guys, y'all take care. 73, KN4QJ.
All right, appreciate the info. N5CBP.
Hey, okay, real good, Brad. Well, I mean, I love my 5100, and I am thinking about putting it in the pickup truck. Because I can sell the Yazoo, or I can sell my 2300H Icom, and I'll still have a spare 2 meter rig here in the house. But yeah, this 9700. It's a lot of radio. I will say that. Wow. I can't wait to play around with some 2 meter sideband or something. I've only got a vertical antenna up, but it should still work all right.
Yeah, I've never been on 2 meter millimeter sideband, so I don't even know what's out there. So yeah, I just, I keep weighing it back and forth. Is it worth me spending that kind of money on, on that based on my needs? So, but I still want one.
Well, here's my thoughts, and I own both. I own the 51 and the 97. Is the 5100 a good radio to be on your station? Yes, it is. It'll do everything you want to do, 2 meter and 440. DStar, 50 watts. It's probably everything you need. This 9700 is probably more radio than what you need, but you only live once. And I love having this thing sitting next to my 7300, and the receive is a little bit better. And I don't know how my audio sounds, but I imagine it probably sounds pretty good. But it is definitely a nice radio, and I do a lot of simplex as well. So once I start playing around on simplex and sideband, I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, I hear that. So, yeah, that's a part of this one too. It would look good sitting next to the 7300, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm still learning this. I'm new to DStar. Like I said, we're just putting up a DStar repeater here, and we're learning. It's got some ups and downs, and seems to be working fine tonight. So maybe we've crossed a hurdle.
QSL, yeah. See, I'm not using any hotspots or any of that stuff. I'm going strictly through a repeater, so I don't have to deal with any of that hotspot and Wi-Fi and all that other stuff. But yeah, I'm just kind of surprised that it's an amazing radio. I mean, with the filtering and all that stuff, and you can adjust the receive tone and put the notch filter on and noise reduction. I mean, it's almost like the person you're talking to is sitting in the room with you. It is, and I'm running this one with the SM30 desk microphone. So I don't know if my audio is a little hot, but I can turn it down if I need to.
Well, it sounds great for sure. So no problem there. You're doing fine there. And of course, I'm a little under the weather, as they say. So my ears, and I'm a little stopped up. So, but you sound great.
Roger that. Let me ask you something. What's flashing across your screen there when I transmit? What kind of location is it showing? Because I don't think I got my GPS coordinates exactly set in. Because unlike the 5100 that you're familiar with, this radio doesn't have the GPS built in, but you can manually set your coordinates. And I don't think I got them set exactly right. So I'm actually in a town called Springfield, Ohio. So I don't know what it's showing when it comes through.
Well, I admit, but I don't recall seeing anything. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and redo that again. I mean, it's definitely letting me into the system. My buddy actually went ahead and put the GPS in his radio, but I just set mine manually. But I mean, it's working, so I guess that's good enough.
You have to tell your radio in the settings to turn on transmit your coordinates. Otherwise, it's not going to show up.
Believe it or not, I did that. So I don't know what's happening. I may have to go back and look at that again.
Like neither one of you is coming up showing GPS.
Well, I guess I'll have to go look at mine too. My GPS has a lock, so I'm good that way. But I bet I know what I have to do.
Oh.
All right. Did that help some?
Yep. Yes, it did.
There you go.
Welcome aboard, everybody. We're listening to Reflector 30 Charlie and watching my radio, my Icom 9700.
All I had
here.
to do is on the 5100 is press the little DV icon up at the top and then pick the DPRS.
So if you want to join me, I might hop in here in a few minutes. Let this QSO
I'm not
go.
showing what's showing up now, but probably nothing. I'll have to go back and look at this again.
A lot of zeros there, pal.
Hopefully something will show up.
N8YFP. What is that, a Florida station?
Well,
Ohio?
it did. It told me how far away you were, but it didn't show the GPS coordinates, but at least it did pop up.
No, it didn't. It's a negatory. It can't be 77,000 miles away or 7,700 miles away. It's the default.
N5 CBP, am I still in there?
That was
It ain't YFP and 5 CDP. Yes, sir, you're there.
Okay. Because I made a change for the GPS function. I didn't know if I lost something or if I screwed something up. Because I've been doing everything with YouTube videos so far this evening, so I really need to read the manual. But you know how that goes. You get anxious and you jump on YouTube and you look at a video and you get it going.
Hey, I'm on YouTube right now. How about that, everybody?
I know. What would we do without YouTube? It is something.
I know. What would I be doing tonight? Comment?
Go ahead there, K6EGG, I believe the call was.
Yep, I see there N8YFP. I'm actually streaming live on YouTube right now with an Icom 9700, and I don't have a problem showing you what I did to get my GPS manually put in live right now.
I'll take that as a no. Or he got confused. Okay. Wow.
All right. Well, sitting here with YouTube open.
If you type in my call letters K6EGG into the search engine, I should be the first one that pops up. And then I can run the N8YFP through what I have setting-wise on my GPS where I manually put it in.
Yeah, I seen that. It just popped up on my screen.
I think you're still showing all zeros and 7,779 miles away. So I think it's still set to default 0.
Okay, I'll have to go back into it, and because I tried to put in my coordinates, I looked up the coordinates of my hometown. I didn't look up the exact coordinates for my house, but I looked up the coordinates from my hometown, and I tried to enter it manually, and it wouldn't let me enter the whole number. It just let me enter like 39, but it wouldn't let me enter the rest of it, and then it let me enter 88, I think, but not the rest of it.
You set the GPS DPRS mode?
Let me go back into it and I'll let you know. Yes, it's in the DPRS mode.
And are you set for manual?
I'm looking.
And I'll tell you what, I struggle with this too. It was one little thing off I had on it, so.
Yeah, I was in the DPRS mode and I did go to manual, but it wouldn't let me enter the whole number. It let me enter the 39 for the north and the 88 for west, but there's numbers after that, and it wouldn't take those.
You're probably doing the minutes and seconds and not the decimals.
Yeah, I'll have to go back in and figure that out, but I've got it working for now, so, but I will get it all figured out and get it 100% perfect. But I got it on the air tonight, and I'm enjoying it, and for the moment, I'm good with it. I'll let my OCD perfection slide for 1 minute.
Baby steps. I'll give you something to do next time you go on the air. K6EGG, also live on YouTube.
Anybody knew that?
I can tell you what, though, I went down there today just to buy an amateur extra study guide, and I walked off with a radio. That's bad. But I had my
it doesn't
buddy
make him a bad
driving.
person.
He actually drove today, so I flipped through that amateur extra book on the way home, and it looks pretty intimidating. That's going to take me a while.
Hey, anybody new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I come on about 2 or 3 times a week, depending on my work and personal schedule. I also go on Reflector 30, 14, 12, which is local here to Southern California to me. And I also check in a couple nets and do some rag chew on upper sideband on 2 meters on 144. 250. Right now, I am monitoring Reflector 30 Charlie over from, I believe it's Georgia, the Atlanta area, where that reflector's based out of. So thank you for watching tonight. Thanks.
K6EGG. I'm watching you on. Let me turn the volume down. Name here is. Oh gosh. Hang on here.
I see you.
Right,
You got to turn your radio.
Kill the volume. But am I showing my coordinates as well?
Try it again. I wasn't looking there.
Okay, this is KN4QJ.
I do not see the coordinates there. No, I do not.
Okay, I need to do some tweaking, I imagine.
What kind of radio do you have?
Icom 9700.
It's the exact radio I'm running here too. So it's fairly easy if you want me to show you through how to go through it.
Okay, it broke up there for a second. Try it again.
It's fairly easy if you want me to show you how to go through to do it.
I would appreciate it.
All right, yeah, I'm also on YouTube, so everybody watching, you can go to K6EGG. You type in the menu button. You hit, let me make the screen bigger here so you guys can see. Type in the GPS. Make sure the GPS mode is set to DPRS. That will transmit when you have it set. I'm sorry, the screen is not that clear. Go to GPS set mode. Make sure it's in manual. Make sure it's not off or external. And then manual position. And then you can hit edit. And then you can type in the numbers there. Oops. You can type in the numbers there. Make sure when you go out of it, you hit right so it saves it, which you saw on the screen there momentarily.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. I will do that. I do have it saved, so I can take care of that. So we'll transmit my GPS coordinates. Thank you, and I appreciate it. KN4QJ.
No problem there, KN4QJ. This is Greg, K6EGG from Southern California, and also streaming live on YouTube. If you type in my call letters into the YouTube search engine. Thanks for watching.
I think I said Dave, but Greg, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Apologize for that. KN4QJ, I appreciate your channel.
No problem, pal. No problem, man. We're all here to help each other.
By the way, it took me like 4 or 5 tries to get that right. That's probably the only reason why I know.
K6EGG, KB5 video. Good afternoon, Mr. Greg.
Good afternoon, Jay. How you doing? This is Greg, K6EGG.
Hey, we're doing good this season. How about yourself?
Good. This is the first time I came on DStar since Saturday, I think. So it's good to be back on the radio. I wasn't feeling too good the last couple of days, and just kind of took a little chill from the radio and YouTubing for a little bit to get a little better. So how's it going in Oklahoma otherwise?
Hey, it's going really good, Greg. Been having some pretty nice days. It got up to about 68 here. Looks like we do have some cold weather moving in. Just to be expected with the time of the year, huh? But glad to see you feeling better there. I noticed that you said you deal with a lot of pain. We do too. Also, we have I have fibromyalgia and RA, but almost have to deal with that old stuff daily. But we won't hold you up. We just heard you in there. Wanted to say hi to you. And you're sounding really good on that 9700, by the way. Sounds really good on my end. I've been wanting to pick me one of them up. I got a 5100, so I've been wanting to upgrade to the 9700. All righty, we'll catch you later. You have yourself a mighty fine afternoon, and glad to hear you back there. K6EGG, KB5VDO.
Thank you there, Jay. I actually own both radios, and I love a couple things about both of those radios. The 5100, I love the fact that you can crossband repeat. The 9700, you can't. I love the fact that this 9700 has the color screen. I hate the fact that 5100 has the old gray and white one. So both really good radios. I really like them. The other thing is I wish the GPS was built into the 9700. I don't know why they didn't do that. They're pretty cheap these days. So anyways, Jay, you take care out there in Oklahoma. This is Greg, K6EGG from Southern California, 40 miles east of downtown Los Angeles.
Andy.
AJ6BE, is that you in there, Andy? K6EGG.
Yes, sir. Just trying to figure this thing out.
It sounds like you got it figured out. How you doing tonight? By the way, dude, I love that antenna.
I meant to ask you about that. Have you had much use with it yet compared to what you had on there before? And, what do you think overall?
I think for the size, I think it's doing just almost as good. I know that might be hard to believe, but we're talking about the compact antenna. Andy was nice enough to give me one of his extra compact antenna, 2-meter 440 mobile antenna. I put on my Chevy Volt. I actually talked to Fred at a Del Taco with a hill between us in Montebello Tuesday morning. He was coming in like S3. I couldn't believe I was up and over the hill, and I was only running 15 mid level power. So that thing was doing really good.
Very cool. Well, I think I might be having a data connection loss here. You cut out on me a few times there. But I'll keep an eye on it and see.
No data packet lost on my end here. You sound crystal clear. And how's the move going along? You about there?
It's not going fast enough. I just realized this is the first house that I've had to sell while still living in it, and that is less than fun. I guess I've always moved first and never been inconvenienced by, the staging of the house and all that good stuff. So it's an adjustment.
And yeah, I saw you just sent me a picture. Is that your new baby?
Used, yeah.
At first, I thought it was a 52, man. I was like, oh, no, you did not get that.
No, I think that's going to be a while.
I was definitely thinking about getting the 52, but I might to settle and get a 51. Do you like that radio? Obviously, look, you just got it, but does it seem to work pretty well?
Other than the fact that you keep cutting out on me, I'm not sure if it's the connection, the HT, or what.
That's interesting because I haven't heard anybody saying I was breaking up, and you're not breaking up, so maybe there might be an issue.
Well, I'm going to take a standby and listen for a little bit and let you guys get more contacts rolling here. I don't want to hold it up, so I'll continue tinkering with it and see what develops.
Copy that. Angie, AJ6BE, K6EGG, 40 miles east of downtown Los Angeles, and also streaming live on YouTube on Reflector 30 Charlie. Standing by.
Anybody new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Trying to get up to 500 subscribers before the end of the calendar year. I would eventually like to get to 1,000. Not trying to make any money off this, just trying to help out fellow ham radio operators, because I know I had a lot of help the last couple months, especially with the DStar stuff. So anyways, thanks for watching. This is Greg, K6EGG.
Anybody else out there monitoring Reflector 30 Charlie? This is Greg, K6EGG.
Yeah, good evening. This is Iowa. WA's the Rosette, George.
And when are you on? Are you on every night or just sporadically or what? This is K4QJ.
K4QJ, I'm on kind of sporadically depending on my schedule. Normally in the evening times, but if I'm off, sometimes I'll roll in the afternoon too. So I'll probably be on, obviously I'm on tonight, I'll probably be on tomorrow and maybe late on Saturday night, but definitely not for 4 days after that. Probably the next time after that is next Wednesday. So I try to as much as I can. K6EGG.
K6EGG, I'll copy Iowa. This is WA's the Rosette, it's at George, Dave, in Cedar Rapids.
I got you in there. You're kind of breaking up just a little bit there. Was it WA0ZZG?
That's right. Whiskey Alpha Zero, Zsa Gabor. Name is Dave, Delta Alpha Victor Echo. We're in Iowa. We're supposed to be getting snow tomorrow. Hopefully the weatherman is wrong.
Just to let you know, there, Dave, it was 95 degrees here in Southern California, and my AC is blowing on the back of my neck right now, so I feel sorry for you. But it was a beautiful day here in California. But it's nice to get you guys are getting some winter over there in Iowa.
Well, if you live in Iowa, that's part of the routine, so it's no big deal. But I did want to ask you if you happen to have any interaction with the poultry business.
No, I don't. I live very close to some farms, some dairy farms, but no. If you're referring to my call letters, it has to do with my first name. I took the last three letters of my first name, EGG, and put them into my call.
Okay, it's initials. I understand. I was looking at the obvious, but hey, you know, I've had this call since the early 1970s, and that time I used the phonetics Zsa Zsa Gabor, but problem is nowadays not many people know who that is.
That is correct. I know who Zsa Zsa Gabor is, though. How old was she when she passed away? It wasn't too long ago, was it?
Oh, no, it wasn't. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago. She was in a care facility for a long time and stayed in there. And one thing I wanted to get, but I didn't really get a chance to, is one of her letterheads, because she had basically my hand call on her letterhead.
Very interesting. Are you a big Zsa Zsa Gabor fan?
Say that again?
Are you a big Zsa Zsa Gabor fan?
Oh, not particularly. It just happened to come out that way. The call was just randomly issued to me when I got my first technician license. I just happened to have kept it since the early 1970s.
And what type of radio are you talking on tonight there?
Well, I'm on a Icom 880H. It's one of the early DStar radios, and it's going into an open spot 3, which I'm messing around with tonight because I have it linked to one of the early portable hotspots, wireless access point, so that I can get it back down to an Ethernet connector. So it basically, the wireless goes from one side of the operating table to the other side of the operating table, and then on to Ethernet. And it seems to be working okay, though. I hope you can hear me all right.
Yeah, you sound excellent into the reflector. No problems there. Have you ever done any cross mode, like into DMR or Fusion or anything like that through your Open Spot 3 there?
Oh, yeah, several times, no problem. What I like about the cross mode on this is you can get in and adjust the volume level. So if you have somebody that's especially quiet or way too loud, I could go into the open spot and compensate for that.
Yeah, there's definitely some people that have some loud gains. I'm probably one of them. So I kind of back off the mic a little bit on my side. So that's pretty cool. I'm thinking about getting one of those maybe in the future, maybe for a Christmas gift for myself coming up next month. But we'll see. I would like to get maybe doing some cross mode, open up another avenue to make some more contacts. So I appreciate the info on that. So cool deal, Dave. Nice chatting with you there. This is great. K6EGG.
And a good 73 to you. Says you're on the display. You're live on YouTube. And I suspect you're operating a 9700. At least that's what it looks like. And 73 to you too. Have a good holidays that are coming up. Send me some of that 95-degree weather if you can. I'd appreciate that. K6EGG sign. Here's WA0ZZ George. See you later.
That's a deal, Dave. Just send us some of your rain. We'll switch off for a little bit. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. K6EGG, monitoring reflector 30 Charlie, 40 miles east of downtown Los Angeles in the city of Chino, California.
By the way,
Alpha Delta Zero Hotel Tango.
AD0HT. This is Greg, K6EGG.
Oh, good evening. Just set up some DStar here tonight and figured I'd give a shout out and say hello. Seems like you've got some traffic going and you may be doing a live stream or something since I've been listening. Yeah, really fun getting on here and playing on some DStar and getting this radio up and running in a few different modes. So always fun to do. Back to you, 80HT.
Yeah, I thought I saw your call letters in my dashboard there. I wasn't sure if you're just quadrunking or trying to get in there. So thanks for coming back. Yeah, just checking out your QRZ page there, man. Looks like you got a nice little field day out where you're at with your 9700 on the national call frequency 146.520. Pretty cool stuff, man.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, for some reason, when I first keyed up, nobody came back to me. I spewed for a little bit, and I just kind of listened for a little while there, so sorry about that. Hopefully I'm getting out now. And yeah, that's a property I have about 40 miles from my QTH here in Castle Rock, and I go out there and set up antennas. I have difficulty doing antennas here, which is why DStar is fine for here at home. But I do transport my radios around and get them out there and put them to use, and that was set up for the ARRL UHF VHF Field Day event this past year.
Excellent, and I'm checking out some homemade chokes you made there. One of the guys I talked to, actually, he's on here sometimes. Fred KN6OS out in Cerritos. Normally, I also talk to him on 2-meter sideband. He is a big fan of chokes, so I'm going to send him over your QRZ page there.
Oh, copy that, but no way I'll take credit for those designs. There are some really bright people out there that have done a lot of testing, and I depending on who you ask, there's a lot of opinions on transformers, which is what most of these are, and RF chokes, which is what one of them is. And whether they work and how to wind them and the like. But I've had good luck with the references that I left there. So, yeah, and I think it's NQ0L. His stuff is incredible. And there were some other fellows that really brought me in the right direction to get my wires on the air quickly and easily. 80HT.
Yeah, I think Fred, KN6OS, he even choked his cable line going in for his internet. So, yeah, he's really into the chokes. I think he's made a couple himself. He's into radios and grounding. So definitely send him over your QRZ page. If not, he's probably even watching right now. I put it up on my live stream as well. So, cool deal. What was your first personal again? Mine is Greg, K6EGG.
Oh, copy that, Greg. First name is Zach, Zulu Alpha Charlie Hotel. W is just an homage moniker that I really don't think ever stood for anything. So there you go by Zach. And I'm in Castle Rock, Colorado. I used to live in Trabuco Canyon, and I think I heard you were in Southern California, so I know the area well. And yeah, I'm sure you're enjoying some of your weather. I think you had some rain about a week ago, but I bet you're back to the typical sunny Southern California weather, which is fantastic. And we're having some good weather here, and it's a dry year on the Front Range of Colorado, so plenty of time still to get out and do antenna work. Back to you.
Yeah, as I was telling one of the other guys there just a minute ago, we're definitely experiencing our normal fall weather of 95 degrees, little Santa Ana condition. I was actually down in Costa Mesa, not too far from where you're living before, and it was pretty warm. We had the AC pumping the whole way home, so I'm glad at least you're having some different weather seasons there in Colorado. I know I used to have a friend of mine that used to live just about where you're at there, so. I think DirecTV used to be based out of there, but I think they moved. So cool deal, man. I like Colorado a lot. My sister actually lives just outside of Brighton, I believe. Back to you.
Oh, copy that. You know, we're really lucky here on the Front Range of Colorado. We have a lot of repeater activity, a lot of high altitude repeaters. Squaw Mountain, the 145 is a nice repeater. So we have a lot of activity we can get to, and there's a lot of simplex activity with the summits on the air and the SOTA activations and just people generally coming through, which is pretty enjoyable. I just wanted to mention one other thing with the grounding. You had talked about chokes and whatnot, but I had learned from a fellow here on the Front Range on the repeater system when I was working to build my end-fed half-waves. You can also just add a ground right at your transformer. Just put a ground in the ground and mount it right to where your threaded coaxial cable goes onto your transformer, and you get another ground right there. Right at your 1-to-1 choke if that's where you want it. Works out pretty darn well. Back to you, 80HT.
Yeah, Zach, you're probably going to hate me for saying this. I have zero stuff grounded here. As you well know, don't have to worry too much about lightning here in California. It's very, very rare, and I run a pretty clean station. I have transformers in my shack. Their audio, their power conditioner, their Furman power conditioners for audio circuits. For my power, I plugged into my power supplies for my 9700. So everything's pretty clean in the house, believe it or not. So, and where my antenna's at, I had it professionally put up because I couldn't get up myself, and I didn't do the ground off the antenna, which I probably should have, which would probably help me out with a little bit of noise that I do have. But yeah, I feel kind of bad. I don't have a ground. If I do a HF station, I'll have a little better situation with that. I'm just going to run a wire. It'll be a lot easier to ground there. So back to you, K6EGG.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, I can definitely understand it can be tough to get in ground. I have a tougher time here at my house than I do out on the plains. I do have some problems out there with static electricity, and there's a fella, if you go to his webpage, we had long discussions about the constant buildup and discharge of static electricity, and to the point where I can just hear it popping, and my little shack on the plains has no electricity coming into it. It's fully off grid, not even solar or anything like that. And I still need to dissipate this, huge capacitance electricity that I pick up off the wind in the right conditions, which happen more often than you think. Well, this fella, AE0CU, ended up having a similar problem at his shack in Wyoming, and he drew on his little webpage and put it up for me a beautiful grounding design package, going right down to making sure you don't have anything in quarter wavelengths or harmonics of some of the frequencies that we like to use. So yeah, a fantastic job he did, and he did that for me in the past month or two. So that is the AE0CU web QRZ page, and just fantastic stuff. And then some grounding other things. There was a fella here on the Front Range, an engineer with a radio company here in the States that's now kaput, showed me a whole bunch of grounding on his website, on his QRZ page, and that was K7IRC. And really fortunate to have those folks nearby here to direct people like me when I'm asking questions on the Front Range repeater system. 80HT. Back to you.
Copy that. Yeah, we got issues, as you well know. I just brought up the Santa Ana wind condition. It's super dry, 10% humidity, and, we get 60-mile-an-hour winds, and we also get some static electricity built up around our antenna. So I actually got K6EGG-AE0CU's QRZ page on right now and taking a look at it. I also have it on my stream as well. So good information there. I may have to do a little, I'm going to save this page for a later date. And by the way, are you talking into a DStar repeater or you're into a hotspot there? K6EGG, back to you.
Oh, copy that, Greg. Yeah, glad you got to see the AE0CU stuff. Just a brilliant fellow. And again, we're so lucky to have some of these great engineers on the front range that get on the radio and chat. I am talking on a 9700 in terminal mode. I am doing everything I can to avoid hotspots, so I'm running terminal mode into Doozy. Make sure I'm going here. Terminal mode into Doozy, and that works really well. The reason I like terminal mode into Doozy, although it takes up my data port, which is where you plug in your GPS if you were to have one for the 9700, is it gets me access to all the refs, XLSs, DCSs, everything. If I go through terminal mode on the internal LAN connection as opposed to the data cable, I can only get to the XLX sites like XLX 720, the Parker Radio Club, things like that. 8E0HT.
Cool deal. Yeah, one of these days I got to get my terminal mode up and running. Just have another way to connect just in case, because you never know. I can lose my hotspot, or it can go out, or just whatever. You know what I mean? So I'll probably get that thing going here. So, all right, man. I'm going to leave the reflector clear for a little bit. I've been chatting here for the last, 45 minutes, so I don't want to hog it up here. So anyway, Zach, you take care. This is great. K6EGG for AD0HT out there in Colorado. Back to you for a final.
73, you Greg, K6EGG, Alpha Delta Zero Hotel Tango. Good to chat. You have a good night. Got me on the radio, got me to press the button, so there you go. 73. 80s HT, I'll be clear.
K6EGG, WA0ZZ, George again. Smile.
I would. Before I started, I don't know if you see me cringing. You can see my thumb here. I could probably put it up on a bigger screen. I actually see that big old bump there. I slammed my thumb into the door. This is how a normal thumb should look like right here. So I think I might have broken it. So I'm like a little bit of pain. So I didn't think it was going to be that bad. So I'm normally not a big smiler anyway. So back to you, K6EGG.
Nurse, it could have been your head. Put some ice on it and get some sympathy. I think it'll be okay. Can you still move your thumb there, that joint?
I can still move my thumb joint, so hopefully it's not completely broken, but definitely something's going on with it.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I think you'll live.
Yeah, my thumb is the least of my worries, so that's probably why I'm not smiling too much. It didn't hurt originally, just slowly started getting swollen. So I'll have to go check that out maybe tomorrow morning at the urgent care, maybe if it gets any worse. Thanks for watching, though. I appreciate it. Anybody else watching? I'm on Reflector 30 Charlie and also live streaming on YouTube. If you type in my callers, I'm going to try to walk it off on my thumbs. I just saw Jeep Talk Show in there.
I like your microphone, too. Don't see those too many in amp shacks. 73, WA0ZZ, George.
Copy that. I love this microphone here. You know, it reminds me of broadcast radio. So I really enjoy the way it sounds.
You were working radio?
Kind of, sort of, not really.
Many radio stations use that. That's very common. WA0ZZ, George. See you later.
Take care, man. K6EGG.
I don't really want to hog up the reflector, but it seemed like I brought everybody in to talk. So anybody watching on YouTube, I'm on Reflector 30 Charlie. I didn't think it'd get quiet. And yes, I do think I broke my thumb. I honestly do. I mean, look at this thing. I think it... I don't know. Hurting things on your toes and your fingers are worse than like bigger body parts for some reason. I don't know why. So anyways, monitoring Reflector 30. I might go over to another reflector here shortly. We'll see. Sorry for the screen movement on my 9700. I have a camera. I know exactly where Katy, Texas is at. Some friends that live out there, actually. Cool deal. Thanks for watching. So I have my 9700 tied, or the camera for it tied to my desk here, and whenever the AC goes, which is above my room and over one, it shakes the whole desk. So I apologize for that. I should probably get some sort of suppression for that. So anybody watching on YouTube right now, jump on Reflector 30 and say hello. Looks like we got somebody in from Tennessee. James Birchfield. I have a Whataburger over there in Texas. I'm having a Whataburger craving right now. I haven't had one for a while. I'd love to have a nice milkshake, too. Yeah, you know, I really wish that the 9700 had a video out. Some of the Yaesus have a video out. And I don't understand why they didn't do that. All this money's, whatever, $1,500 radio, and they can't give me a DVI out. That would be perfect. I know 2 people that got Yaesus, and they're like, yeah, I just took the video out and put it on a big screen, so I have this big old giant, 40-inch screen in front of me. I do not know if the 7610 has a video out. Let me look. If that's the case, maybe I'll get one. But I think that's a HF radio, if I recall right. Yeah, that's an HF radio, unfortunately. All right, go have fun, and thanks for watching tonight. Appreciate it. Yes, that radio does have a video DVI out. I'm jealous. No problem. All right, everybody watching right now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new. I'm usually going a couple days a week, depending on my personal work schedule and how I'm feeling, because I haven't been feeling good lately. All righty. So right now I'm monitoring Reflector 30 Charlie. I can maybe cruise over to Reflector 1. What do you guys think about that? Should I put a poll up on the chat? Look at that screen's shaking like a muh. I'll just leave it here. Who's that in there? Looks like we got a Z call. And I lost my internet connection on my other computer. Let's see if I can get a hold of him here.
ZL4IA for Greg, K6EGG.
Looks like a New Zealand call.
K6EGG ZL4IA. Hello there, thanks for coming back to me. Name is Mike and the QH is Alexandra in the South Island of New Zealand. And lovely day here and late spring, early summer really. K6EGG ZL4IA.
I believe it'll be a good afternoon to you over there in New Zealand. I hope all is well. Summer's coming very quickly for you down there. There, Mike ZL4IA. Just checking out your YouTube, your QRZ page, and I'm also streaming live on YouTube too as well. So you can check out, see what I look like, and see how you sound coming out of my Icom 9700. Looks like you have an ID51A. Do you like that?
Yeah, Roger Craig. Yes, the 51A is really nice. It's I've actually been up with the idea of replacing it with the AC Fusion, the new FT 5D, I think it is. Yeah, this is really the only DV radio that I've got. I have a Pi Star from DV Mega, which I'm talking to you on, and I have an Open Spot 3, which is sitting here, currently powered off. And I see that you're a television sound engineer, and you've obviously got all sorts of things going on with your sound there. I can see some stuff in the shack. So back to you, K6EGG ZL4IA.
Copy that. Yeah, I should admit that that picture is not of the picture on QRZ is not of me inside my shack. That's actually inside my work. I probably need to change that. I put that up a few years back, so I'm probably going to change that and have a picture in my real shack. But yeah, I do have a lot of audio stuff going on. You can see a video of my ham shack if you type in my call letters into the YouTube search engine. I should pop up there, and that should be the first thing that pops up. But I don't have much processing going on to the air. I do into my live stream, but audio is definitely my hobby. I'm lucky enough I'm able to do it for a living, and radio is my second hobby, and I kind of get to do a little both at work. So dealing with wireless microphones and stuff like that. So now back to you over in New Zealand. What time is it over there, by the way? And it's Friday, correct?
Yeah, Roger Craig, it's Friday. Local time is 16:20 hours, 4:20 p.m. So we're a little bit ahead of you. Today is actually my day off. I work Monday to Friday, and Friday I have off, so I have a 3-day weekend every week. How about that? But my pay is reflected accordingly. But my work-life balance is much better. So, yay, the 4-day working week. Over.
Yeah, I definitely would rather work 4 days than 5 days. Just cram it all in. What's an extra hour and a half or 2 hours a day, and then you got the full 3 days to yourself. It's a holiday here in the United States called Veterans Day, so most of us are off. I don't normally have a normal schedule, so this is kind of odd for me. I normally work on holidays, so my work days range. I could work 20 days in a row and then have 3 weeks off, or I can work every other day for 3 weeks. So I kind of wish I had a normal schedule like that. It'd be a lot nicer to manage my personal and hobby time, if you know what I mean there. Now back to you there, ZL4IA down there in New Zealand, K6EGG.
K6EGG ZL4IA. Yeah, Roger, Greg. Yeah, that must that sort of work life must mess with your personal life quite a bit. Well, obviously it dominates it, doesn't it? I'd have trouble with that myself. I've always sort of been a Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 guy. I've recently turned the grand old age of 63. So I took the step of approaching my employer and said, hey, I'm not getting any younger, and frankly, although I didn't say it, this isn't the best job in the world, and I'd rather be at home on Friday, and they were fine with that. So my job is in local government. I'm I suppose you'd call it an information worker. There you go, information worker, which is somewhat of a come down from what I used to do in my earlier life, which was serious IT type work. But anyway, that's where I've ended up. So my dog is sound asleep. This morning we were out for 2.5 hours. She was chasing rabbits and swimming, and she's very much enjoying being near a river at the moment. The weather's turned quite warm we're currently around 23 Celsius. I think that would be right. Very cold winters here. Very cold winters and very summers. So it's a bit up and down weather-wise. But the old dog, she finds it just lovely just to go for a swim in the river and lay down there and have a drink. And it's a lovely life being a dog, isn't it, Over?
Definitely, it's a lovely life to be a pet with very good owners. It's almost like winning the pet lottery if you get really good owners. So that's what we refer to a couple of our cats that we have. They're cat lottery winners from the pound. So yeah, it's up here in Southern California. I'm about 40 miles or so east of downtown Los Angeles. It's quite warm for this time of the year. It does happen from time to time. It's almost close to 100 degrees, which is sort of unusual, but it happens from once or twice every five or 6 years. So it feels like summertime up here right now. It doesn't get too cold in the winter. It barely gets below freezing only at night, right before the sun rises. But Mike, it's nice making contact with you. I'm going to take a standby, see if you can make a couple of other contacts up here in the United States. I'd love to hear it. So you take care down there in New Zealand over there on Friday in the afternoon at 4:25 down there. You take care. This is Greg, K6EGG from Southern California. I'll be clear on your final. Listen to see if you can make a couple of other contacts on this reflector.
Yeah, K6EGG ZL4IA, Roger, Greg. Oh, it's great to talk to you. Oh, the dog's brought into life now, and I suspect she'll be looking at me for walk number 2 of the day, followed shortly after by dinner, then a belly rub, and lying in the shade under a tree. You know how it goes for a pampered Labrador Retriever. Hi. Oh, yeah, so you're using really, really nice gear, 9700, Icom 9700. I'm just, as I say, just using the humble little handheld here. And I was wondering, Greg, just when we sign off, how how my signal report is, how the audio is sounding. I'm curious about this mode, how it sounds. So yours is great. You've got lovely audio, but you should with a rig like that. It's a beauty, isn't it? I've got an Icom 7300, which has been sitting on my desk under a dust cover for quite a while. I found it's difficult to make contacts on HF with the way the bands have been, but this mode is amazing. Really, really amazing. You get to hear people from all over the world, and their accents are awesome, great. And it's so nice to talk to you in Southern California and not far from LA, because that's a famous part of the world from over here. A lot of our entertainment or movies particularly, well, not a lot of it, but a good deal is American, and LA features prominently, as does California. I've been to Florida twice, a long time ago now, but I think the travel days are over for a little bit anyway. Right, back to you for your final, Greg, and I'll, if you could just give me a wee bit of an audio report, just out of curiosity, I'd be really grateful. K6EGG, ZL4IA.
Oh, Mike, I can give you the ultimate audio report if you really want. If you buy a computer, go to YouTube and type in my call letters K6EGG, K6EGG into the search engine, and you'll see my live stream. I'm actually live streaming right now, so you can actually go back and hear yourself and see how you sound. And I think you sound great. You had a couple little drop-offs. That might be some data packet loss just from the distance. But other than that, you sound really good. So once again, if you type in my call letters into the YouTube search engine, go to youtube.com, or I think it's is it AZU there? I'm not sure. And type in my call letters K6EGG, and you should be able to. That should be one of the first things that pops up as me.
Yeah, Roger, Greg. I'm just navigating through that now. Just bear with me a sec. So this is really intriguing, the sort of work you do. It's not something I'm terribly familiar with. Oh, here we go, live stream. Imagine being able to hear myself coming back over the internet, going out over the internet.
Yep.
Imagine being able to hear myself coming back over the internet, going out over the internet. Yep. Yeah, okay, now I've got it there. That's fantastic. What an awesome little setup, Greg. I love it. Yeah, okay, now I've got it there. That's fantastic. What an awesome little setup, Greg. I love it. Okay, there you are. And nicely done. I'll have to look more into this. I'm sure I can figure something out. Okay, 73 is Greg. You'll be hearing my echo too. Okay, cheers.
Excellent. Thank you, Mike, for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have an account there with YouTube. But you could scroll back and you could see, you could hear how you sound into my radio. So you could just scroll back a couple minutes. I think you were at the 1 hour and 9 minute mark when we started talking. So you sounded pretty good here, all the way up here in the Southern California area of North America. So, Mike, you take care and have a good afternoon out there. This is Greg, K6EGG, monitoring Reflector 30 Charlie. If you guys want to make a contact with Mike down there in New Zealand, go for it. I'm just going to take a standby and see if Mike can make a bunch of contacts from the United States.
Don't call, come at once. Come on, guys, get in there. I know you guys are awake.
ZL4IA, ZL4IA. This is WA2PCN. Whiskey Alpha 2, Papa Charlie November. Copy.
Yeah, WA2 Papa Charlie November ZL4 India Alpha. Roger, Van. And you are from a location which I don't know. I'm just looking at you on QRZ. Somebody called Moore, which I don't know. I'm in a little town of 6,000 people.
I'm glad he's going to make a bunch of contacts here. This will be pretty cool stuff.
The South Island of New Zealand. You would have been listening to Greg and I. We're in the early stages of, well, the summer weather's hit, and I have to say it's lovely after winter here was grim. Right, that's me for now. My dog's just roared into life too, so I'll have to take her out again shortly, but I'll pop it back to you. WA2PCN ZL4IA.
ZL4IA, WA2PCN. Well, thanks for coming back, Mike. Pleasure to talk to you. Moore, South Carolina is a small town in the western tip of South Carolina, but I'm not there anymore. I moved to Colorado Springs, Colorado about 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to have to update my QRZ information. Thanks for letting me know about that. And it's fascinating to watch K6EGG on YouTube and see and hear myself on there. That's a whole new wrinkle that I've never seen before, so thanks for that. I'll let you go, Mike. ZL4IA, WA2PCN is clear.
Yeah, WA2PCN ZL4IA. Thanks, man. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'll look at the world map. I'll click on the little details tab. I think I can probably do it now. I'm a bit ham-fisted. I'm trying to change hands. So I'm a left-hander, a southpaw. So let's just see briefly where you are. Oh, I see. Okay. So Charlotte,
why am I hearing an echo?
All right, Van, we'll sketch you again, I hope, and we'll sign off. WA2 PCN ZL4IA signing but listening. 73s.
73. Thanks for the call.
ZL4IA into FTV.
Good. I'm liking this. A lot of people interacting on here tonight. That's what I wanted to do. Didn't want to hog it all up for me.
Into FTV ZL4IA. Thank you very much for coming back to me. And I see you are in Collierville. These, which I also don't know where that is. Kelsey Woods Lane. Nice to meet you, Douglas. Name is Mike, and QDH is Alexandra, and the Central South Island of New Zealand. And we are currently, fingers crossed, COVID-free, Delta-free. So now that I've said it, it's bound to happen, but we're free of it at the moment.
Hello.
So isn't that great? But not so for the rest of the country, which our main city of Auckland has been in a bad way with it. But anyway, we're okay for now. So back to you into FTV, ZL4IA.
L4IA. Mike, this is Doug into FTV, Collierville, Tennessee, which is really just outside of Memphis, which, if you're looking at a map, is just next to the Mississippi River, just on the far west of Tennessee, which is a huge, long state. Glad to hear you're COVID-free, so keep
We're definitely not COVID-free here.
Keep everything
That's
pristine in your little town. I've never been there, but it's on my list of places to visit. So anyway, back to you. I'm sitting over here on a
a nice little 5100 and just listening to the traffic. Back to you, Mike.
Where am I getting that out of the feed?
Yeah, Roger that. 5100, they've got a good reputation, I know. This little radio just turned up as really just an entry experiment into DV modes. I'd only ever been into HF and always struggled with getting antennas up, and with the bands the way they've been, this seemed like an opportunity for something a bit cool and a bit different, and I've been enjoying it. Yes, I see you are close to Memphis. There's a famous song about that, isn't there? Memphis, Tennessee. I better get this dog out and walked pretty soon, although it's not urgent. She's got that look about her, like,
she's gonna poop.
I'm feeling a little neglected right now.
Gonna poop.
Even though we've done 2 hours already today. This is one mad dog who just loves to hunt rabbits. She'll run them down and dig them out, and that's pretty good for an 8-year-old dog. It's not bad at all. Okay, Doug, back to you. N2 FTVs at L4IA.
Well, thanks, Mike. This is N2FTV, Doug, and signing off. I hope you have a good evening and make lots of contacts and have fun with your dog. N2FTV out.
Good. At least you make two extra contacts there. Hello, everybody watching on YouTube right now. My thumb is getting fatter. Oh, boy. I think I broke my thumb. Anyways,
N8YFP 030 Charlie.
wish I had HF, man. I feel neglected myself. He should try DStar up there with his Wi-Fi. I should talk to him about that. Bring his hotspot up there. So for those of you...
November 2, Oscar. And
check. I don't know why.
N2OIT K6EGG.
hey, good afternoon, Greg. Or good evening. I'm starting to notice that everybody with a 2 signal moves out of New York or New Jersey. I'm located in Pennsylvania myself.
Excellent. So Haleyville? Is that what it is? I got my screens covered here.
Yeah, the town I'm located in is Harleysville. It's about...
You kind of just dropped out there for a second there. N2OIT K6EGG. You still there?
That's unfortunate. Bye, Chris. Hopefully he'll come back here. Anybody new watching the stream tonight, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Trying to get up to 500 or so subscribers before the end of the year. Eventually want to get to 1,000, then I can live stream with my my cell phone here. I got some plans I want to do. Maybe set up some cameras in my car when I'm mobile. Kind of do what I'm doing here, but mobilely. So we'll see if I can make that happen. Be kind of interesting to do it. I don't know if anybody's done it. I don't know if they've done it in like posted videos, but they weren't live. So I'm gonna try to do this live, like I am right now. Live is better. Once and done. So if anybody's watching on the live stream, jump in, say hi in the chat, or jump on the Reflector 30 Charlie where I'm at. Jump in, say hi to me. Love to hear from you. Looks like we got Don DUO watching out there in Southern California.
K6EGG, K6N.
K6N, K6EGG. Nice to hear you, buddy.
Yeah, just like up in the shack here, I heard a little contact you were having. Hey, were you on? Did you get onto that picture net last night at all?
I watched it for probably 45 minutes or so, then I went back down to sideband. Wearing headphones and hearing that beeping for a half hour kind of drove me nuts, to be honest with you, but it was pretty cool to see the pictures.
Yeah, I was monitoring. I didn't have access to my shack last night. I've got a bunch of stuff going on here at home. But yeah, there was a couple of weeks there when they first started up that picture net on 55 Delta, reflector 55 Delta. And I sent some pictures and watched it. So it was pretty neat. It's even Fred got on there and sent a picture, but I wasn't able to see what he sent. So, because like I said, I had limited access to my shack last night. Back over to you.
Yeah, I put the picture net on the live stream. The camera I have facing my Icom 9700. The settings are not compatible with the newer Apple software that I have in my new iMac, so I can't control the picture level or the video level in this camera, so it's hard to see the pictures. But it looked like he was wearing some sort of Indian outfit or something. I couldn't tell 100% though.
Yeah, I think I told him that it would be good if he was in a Santa Claus outfit or something like that. But anyway, yeah, sounds pretty neat. So they have that every Wednesday night at, what is it, 6:30 Pacific time on 55 Delta, on Reflector 055 Delta. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, there she is. I like that setup you got there now. You got some new cameras and new angles, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing what a newer computer, what I can do. I was kind of maxed out on my old one.
So what's your new computer?
I got a iMac M1 16 gig 24 inch. So it's a lot smaller, but probably 5 times as powerful as my 9-year-old computer that's sitting next to that I'm kind of using for the chat and stuff. But I could do a lot more stuff with it.
Yeah, 9 years between upgrades is a big change. So yeah, I'm sure that you can do an awful lot with that. Yeah, my computer is about 4 years old, and I actually upgraded it to Windows 11 last week, so that's working out pretty good. It took a while to figure that one out.
But anyway, all right, just thought I'd stop in here and say hello.
Gabe, it's always nice to hear your voice. And was there somebody else in there too? I'm sorry. I thought I saw Sean's call sign run across my screen, but I might have been my eyes tricking me. So, yeah, Gabe, thanks again for all the help. This has been some fun stuff. Made a bunch of new contacts today.
Yeah, I did see Sean's call sign. So, Sean, you want to jump in here?
It's like I see him in the chat. He's going to put the kiddo to bed. I think he was just making sure he was connected. So, cool stuff. Were you able to talk to Denny? I heard he's on the plane doing some aeronautical mobile HF 737 wise.
I wasn't able to work him. I may have heard him because I got a text that he was aeronautical mobile, and when I finally got in the shack, I may have heard him just for a second or two, and then everything was clear. So, yeah, past couple of days I haven't had much access. Like I said, to my shack. I just got in here. So, but anyway, yeah, I was talking to him about that 737 he was going to fly. And, yes, it's nice that they've got those HF radios in there,
Can you imagine flying to Honolulu and being over all that groundwater and trying to make HF contacts up there, 35, 40,000 feet, whatever they travel at? Oh, my goodness, that's like a dream come true.
N2OIT, go ahead.
Yeah, finally back on. I think I solved my difficulties. I was listening to you guys on nautical HFs. I'm also a pilot, and aeronautical ham radio. I'm usually a little too busy, but I have talked to a few people on the East Coast here. Either the jets or turboprops.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I've had a couple of contacts. This is K6EGG, aeronautical mobile 737, and there was a 747, a freighter 747 flying just a little southeast of Edmonton, Canada. And for some reason, the propagation was favorable towards Southern California, so that guy, who was flying, I guess he was the co-pilot, and he was making a lot of contacts in Southern California. So when it works, especially when you're up at 30,000 feet. KS4ACC, go ahead. Okay, well, anyway, let's see, N2OIT, Chris. Yeah, so that's, so how many contacts do you think you've had aeronautical mobile?
It's like we may have lost Chris. That's unfortunate. He dropped out earlier.
I have had 2 on the ground, but like I said, I'm usually too busy with ATC to talk to other hands. We have a few people in our club up here that'll do some aeronautical contacts, but it's usually on 520 or on 10 meter. They have their planes set up. N2IT, back to the group.
Yeah, I can imagine when you're flying, you want to pay attention to what's going on, so yeah, I can understand that. Alrighty, it's K6N here in Southern California.
It got creepy quiet all of a sudden. We were going good for a while. Anyways, this is Greg, K6EGG. I am monitoring reflector 30 Charlie here in Southern California. And
just out of curiosity, Don, W6DUO, are you on? W6DUO, this is K06N.
I see him in the chat there.
DUO is always here, W6DUO.
All right, Don. Hey, you gotta stop torturing me. Sending me those video links about the properties and operating features of the Icom 52A. You're really making me suffer. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm suffering first, so it's fair for you to suffer second and Greg third.
I'm not even on a waiting list.
Yeah, there's a video on there I was watching today, and that guy Ray Kozak or something like that from Icom. So I watched that one. I watched it a couple of months ago, but I watched it again. So apparently, one of the nice things about that 52A is that it's going to have you'll be able to use all of the accessories for the 51A. So I got some accessories, not many, but that'll be good. I don't have to reinvest in that. And yeah. And he said, late December, early January. Let's just hope that Icom decides to make an emergency air freight shipment HRO in Anaheim, just before Christmas. Make the holiday spirit a little better.
Yeah, the latest rumor, I got this, I believe, on a Facebook group. They expect it to arrive in early December. So write that down as the latest rumor.
All right. Yeah, that's one of the better rumors I've heard. That's early December is only a couple of weeks away, so that's not too bad. I guess I could live and to get that. All righty. Well, good to hear you on 30 Charlie here, Don.
I don't think we're on 30 Charlie. I don't know where we're at, really. I probably agree. We might be on 1 Charlie. Yeah, and the price they rumored in the UK was $500, I think $69 UK money, so it'll probably be over $600 US money.
Yeah, that's kind of a little steep. And by the way, we are on 30 Charlie. I just verified it. Yes, we're on 30 Charlie. Yeah, it's a little steep for a handheld, but I guess with all of the inflation and the cost of chips rising and the cost of freight rising and all the other stuff, I guess that kind of added to the price.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm like you. I'm waiting and anxiously waiting. And every time I see a YouTube video, it sounds better and better. So everything's cool. Okay, Gabe. Nice talking to you. Greg, hang in there. You got it going. We'll talk to you later. W6DUO.
Nice to hear you in there, Don. W6DUO. K6EGG.
Thank you, Greg. And one guy mentioned you had a little packet loss. Occasionally, I do hear a little packet loss on your signal. It could be the reflector or your internet or something, but occasionally you have a little packet loss, and I probably have the same. But I thought I'd let you know. W6DUO.
Copy that. I appreciate it. Maybe it is something on my side. I'll probably do a restart on everything tonight when I get off the radio.
We're in there 98% of the time, so don't worry about it.
I can hear my daughter in the background.
Cool deal. I appreciate the comeback. This is Greg, K6EGG, monitoring Reflector 30 Charlie, and also live streaming on YouTube. If you type my call letters into the YouTube search engine there.
It was busy out there. I wonder what happened. Try not to hog it up, but I monitored last night, and I didn't hear too much talking going on. So that's kind of weird.
K6EGG, this is N2FTV.
Go ahead. This is Greg.
K6EGG.
Well, good evening. I'm just looking at your wonderful picture here up on YouTube. You guys were just talking about something new from Icom, and I don't know what machine you were talking about. I just today picked up a 705, and I'm trying to figure out how to use that, and I'm wondering what's new in the change that I've missed. Back to you, sir.
I believe they were talking about the Icom 52 HD that was supposed to come out last year and is rumored to be coming out in a couple weeks, first week of December.
Thank you. This is NTF-TV. I don't know what the 52 HD is, but I own a collection of the Icom handsets, so I'll go back and check this one and see what I'm missing. So anyway, back to you. Thank you very much, and this is fun watching you on TV and seeing my call. Anyway, good evening, N2FTV out.
Copy that. I appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing if you did already. I really appreciate it. Just trying to have a little fun and make some connections out there. Yeah, I think the HT is called the ID52. Is that correct there, Gabe? K06N?
Yeah, that's correct. It's the Icom ID-52A, and it's the successor to the 51A, the ID-51A. So if you have a 51A, the 52A would be an easy switch over. And once you learn the 705, the 52A has the same menu structure as the 705 also. So it'll be a piece of cake if you wind up getting that HT also. K6EGG.
Doug, I don't know if you copied that, but he gave you a lot of good info there.
Okay, well, anyway, hey, Greg, if you end up getting one of those, maybe one night you could be showing the stream from the screen of the 52A.
That is a possibility, yes. I don't know if I need it. I know I can live without it. But if I was traveling a little more, I'd probably definitely want it. Maybe I could use it at work when I've got some downtime, but definitely interested in it. I'm a little more interested in the OpenSpot 3 now because I can cross mode in. Bow back to you there, Gabe. K6EGG.
Yeah, the OpenSpot 3 would probably be a cheaper alternative than the 52A. With the 52A, that can actually be a hotspot. It's got terminal mode, and I forget what the other mode's called, but you can either talk to it as a hotspot or use it as a hotspot. So anyway. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting little beast. It's a little bit bigger than the 51, so it'll be a cool piece of equipment to add to my shack here when I go traveling and all that stuff. So I'll probably keep my 51A, and then I'll be able to. That'll be my second, for my backup, DStar HT. And I guess, with my wife, she's got her call sign, so we could, use that in DV mode. So anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Andy, AJ6BE just picked up a 51 from eBay. So he was still, I don't know if you were watching the beginning of the stream, he jumped on and was doing some testing. I think he had some internet problem where he was at, but I'm not 100% sure. He said I was breaking up quite a bit, but he wasn't breaking up on my end, so I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, good. That sounds like that was probably a good purchase. They haven't been selling those for over a year now. In mid-2020, they stopped selling them because the 52A was imminently coming out, but we all know what happened there. So maybe there's one of those ships off the coast here in Southern California has got, several containers filled with them. And one of these days, those container ships will be unloaded, and all of a sudden we'll have a whole bunch of them going here in California.
Yeah, maybe we can grab a boat and do some Black Friday shopping in a couple weeks. Go out to figure out which one has it and just see if they can pass a couple over to us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we can get a drone out there to survey the ships. Maybe the container ships have like Icom written on the side of it. That might be a good indicator.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I see there. I did the little search thing. You can see what boats are off the coast. They're past Catalina now. They're like equal with almost Laguna now. So it seems like it's getting longer.
Yeah, that's a shame. But anyway, we'll stand by and just wait for that to happen. I guess that Apple, when they, with their iPhones, they're all air freighters, so they're not really impacted by that. But, I mean, if you're shipping, from Eastern Asia to here, I mean, you're impacted, no doubt.
Yeah, I was on a waiting list for my my Apple M1 for like 6 weeks, and I just got it last week. So I feel I feel good about it because I'm seeing some now. But you're looking online if you want a certain made one, it's not coming in until after the beginning of the year. So yeah, it's crazy times right now. So it's unfortunate, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do see on eBay there's an ID52. It looks like it's from Japan on eBay for $700. And I saw one on there earlier for a little bit more than that, but I guess maybe that one's sold. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. All right. So we'll just sit tight and wait for that thing to happen. Anyway, okay, I'll be on the side here in case anything else comes up too, Greg. K6N.
K06N, K6EGG, copy that. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to be standing by. K6EGG, also live streaming on YouTube.
So if anybody wants to jump in, say hi. Say hi. Say hi in the chat. The chat's been quiet tonight. The last couple nights when I was on, it was pretty busy, and tonight it's very, very quiet. My thumb is getting worse. Check this out. Check how big this thing is. It's not showing it here. Can you see it? No. It's actually bleeding now. This is the way it's supposed to be. So I might be going to the doctor here in a little bit. We'll see. Anybody watching on YouTube right now and monitoring Reflector 30 Charlie? It's a reflector out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking tonight for some reason. Hey, Sean, you back in here? K and the 6JSZ. All right, so what do you guys think? I don't know who's all watching right now, but jump in the chat, say hi. I might move over to 2 meter sideband real quick. See who's out there. That's loud.
K6EGG monitoring 144, 250 upper sideband.
I thought there'd be more people on Reflector 30, but did I just miss somebody? Nope. It's the last one to transmit on Reflector 30. So we got somebody else in there. KE8PBA. See if he's out there.
K.
Right when I went to go hit, he talked. I waited too. You got an open mic. Probably keyed over him. That's unfortunate.
KF0 DRB.
KF0 DRB K6EGG.
Hey, good evening, Greg. How are you doing this fine evening?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing tonight? And by the way, the weather here has been absolutely beautiful the last 2 days.
Yeah, we had a pretty good spell of nice weather, and it's kind of starting to turn on us today. Very blustery, and got quite a bit of rain yesterday. Not quite a bit, but picked up some rain yesterday, and now today, the
Winter is coming there, pal. You'll probably get it before I do. The leaves haven't really even changed here yet. I still have a full tree of leaves.
Yeah, our trees are just finishing up. Excuse me one second. Our trees are actually just finishing up. I would imagine after tonight, be out there with a rake this weekend, hopefully kind of getting them all piled up. My boss is up in Minnesota, and I guess they're looking at some snow tonight, so I'm glad I'm far enough south that hopefully that won't be the case down here.
When does it normally start to get a little nippy there in your neck of the woods?
Usually mid-October. It kind of varies. Right around Halloween, is usually when we get about our first frost. And it was a couple weeks late this year, which is okay.
Have you had your guys' Indian summer, quote unquote, yet?
Well, we had 60, upper 60s here a week or two ago, and it felt like summer came back and said, "Hey, I'm back," and then they left. So we might have another one. We've had days in January where we will get upper 60s in mid-January, but I don't think we have had our Indian summer yet. If we get it, we'll see.
What is actually technically the Indian summer? It's like warm weather after the first frost. Is that what it is technically?
Usually when it gets kind of bitter cold, maybe some snow on the ground. I don't know if there is a technical term, but usually when it gets cold and it gets warm again, and then it goes right back to cold, I suppose.
Have you been on the radio for much? I haven't been on at least DStar since last Saturday. I've been kind of under the weather and starting to work a little more too.
Well, no. I know there's another event coming up this weekend. I'm going to get on 10 meters because that's all I can really get on unless I'm doing CW. But I see there's another contest coming up this weekend. Going to try to do some of that. Most I've done on the radio lately is really local repeaters. I was going to say something else. Oh, we got a club meetup on Saturday morning. So be doing a little bit with that. Installed a new mobile radio into my car, my 2-meter only radio. Yeah, been trying to finish up with the year. Well, just starting to finish up with the year work-wise as well. Just get jobs completed kind of thing. Once December, get close to Christmas, trying to wrap things up so you can start again next year. So just kind of been a mix of radio and work, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's going to be for me the next, 8 weeks of the year. Be kind of a little slow and then trying to get things together and hopefully pick up for me in the beginning of the year. Although what I have booked right now looks a little slow. So it's great to hear you again. I think I'm going to call it a night here. I've been on for, about 2 hours, but it's going to stay on a little bit longer. I'm starting to get a little tired. I had a long day the other day and still haven't fully recovered from it. So, Jerry, you take care out there, man. It's good to hear your voice. And LGB there.
Yeah, roger that. Walk by the radio and see what was going and realized I had it turned down. So glad I got you on here on the reflector again, Greg. So with that, I'll say 73s, and I'm going to go ahead and clear off because it's getting late here as well. So, Greg, 73, KF0 DRB.
Well, take care, Jerry. This is Greg, K6EGG, also live streaming on YouTube. If you type in my call letters, K6EGG to the search engine. Have a good night, man.
So.
You as well, 73.
Thank you all for watching tonight. I really appreciate it. I was going to come on a little later and stay on a little later, but I figured come on a little earlier and get off a little bit earlier. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Once again, if anybody new tonight just subscribed or is going to subscribe, or watching, I come on about 2 or 3 nights or days a week, depending on my work and personal schedule. I'm on a couple different reflectors. Reflector 30, I was on tonight, all of tonight actually. Sometimes I go on local sideband, 2-meter sideband nets. Also, reflector 14, Charlie, reflector 12 Alpha, which is our local repeater, DStar repeater network called the Papa system. So I'll jump on there, see if any local guys are out there. And if I want to make some international contacts over in Europe, I'll jump on DStar reflector 1 Charlie. So once again, anybody new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Would appreciate it. You guys all have a good evening. This is Greg, K6EGG. See you later.